Ciao, my name is Alessandro, but you can call me Yunchi, and today we are gonna be talking about Perch, a 2 to 5 players game published by Inside Up Games that is gonna break friendships. Yes, because this is an area control type of game in which you will be placing birds on different locations. But the birds you will be placing are not necessarily your birds, but you might be placing even opponents' birds on different locations. And having the most birds on each location is not always your goal. So see it as an area control type of game, but with a twist. This game and its expansion Birds of Play are on Kickstarter right now, and I'll leave you the links to the campaign and all the details in the description below. Thank you so much to Inside Up Games for sending these over for review purposes. If we make any mistakes during the gameplay, they will be noted in the Klingon Subtitles channel, so feel free to turn it on, and if you like this kind of content, feel free to leave a like to this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, because almost 90% of the watch time hours on this channel come from non-subscribers, so I would immensely appreciate it if you decided to subscribe for more videos like this. Now it is time to jump into our 2 players playthrough of the base game of Perch. We're not playing with the expansion, just as a clarification. This is gonna be just the base game. Let's go! So here we go, we're ready for a game of Perch. I will give you an overview of the rules. I'm here with my friend Debora.
Hi guys!
And after the overview, like very quick, you're gonna learn as we play the game. It's gonna be like pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward game. So during the game, we're gonna have 5 rounds, so we're gonna play over 5 rounds, and during each round, we're gonna have 4 phases. And by the way, all the phases are gonna be in this player aid that is very useful, so you can just reference this one when you're playing. So the whole concept of the game is about like placing birds on the locations and then scoring points depending on area majority or like some area majority controlling like criteria. And in a 2 players game we only have 8 locations, but obviously like with more players you're gonna have more locations. And yeah, so we have this pile of different colors birds. I'm gonna be blue, Debora is gonna be yellow, and when you're playing in 2 players there's also gonna be the bird-brained player, which we're gonna use as black. So as I said, the game is played over 4 phases. During the migrate phase, you're gonna be adding some birds to a bag, basically. It's usually 2 birds per player. There's some extra rules for the 2 players mode, but we're gonna see that. Then there is the recruit phase, where you're gonna be drawing 2 birds of your type, and since I'm blue, I'm gonna have the blue birds, and then I'm gonna be drawing 2 random from the bag, which, for example, right now I drew like a yellow and a black. And then you basically take turns in turn order, and everybody's gonna basically place a bird in each location, and that's basically all you're gonna do in the 3rd phase, which is the Perch phase. Whenever you take a turn during the Perch phase, you're also gonna be able to perform 1 free bonus action, and we're gonna see the bonus action, but they will have to do with these creatures, activating these creatures, or placing these bird houses, or using these zap tokens. The bird houses will come into play at the round 4, the zap in round 5, while the creatures probably you're gonna see them much sooner. And then during the 4th and last phase of the game, you're gonna be scoring each of these locations depending on majority. So the person, for example, let's look at a basic location. The person with the most amount of birds here is gonna score 5 points, the second most 3 points, and then the last one, the third most 2 points. There's obviously a lot of caveats in there, we're gonna discuss them as we play. We also are having these nests, we're gonna see what these nests do. And then at the end of upkeep, you redetermine the turn order, you activate all of these locations that have like triggers that happen during upkeep phase, so these 1, 2, and 3 for now, which these are the creature ones, so they're gonna give control of some of the creatures to the person who is controlling these areas, which means the player with the most amount of birds here. And then you basically advance the round marker, and at the end of round 5, there's gonna be some endgame scoring, which is 10 points to the player who has the largest flock on the board. So you kind of want to have at least 1 very big flock of birds, because you want to score those 10 points. 3 points per each creature controlled at the end of the game, you're gonna see what that means. And then also there's gonna be scoring for the fountain and the plaza, which is this area of the board. And some effects might redirect some of your birds into the fountain and on the plaza. The plaza is just this area down here, doesn't have a limit, and all the birds in the plaza are gonna score 1 point, while the fountain is this section of the board here, and you can only place a bird in a space of the fountain if it's fully supported by the two spaces below it. So I can only place a bird here if both of these are filled, and they are gonna score depending on the level in the fountain they are at. This is the side for 2 to 3 players, there's another side for 4 to 5 players. I guess that's pretty much it. Obviously there's a lot of nuances in this game, and yeah. We're not gonna be playing the basic mode, because in the basic mode you basically play with some predetermined locations and you also don't play with these objective cards, but we're gonna be playing the standard mode where we selected some locations randomly. There's 3 types of location: the basic ones that you can see have no text, so 1, 2, and 3. Then there are the creature ones that are linked to the creature control, and we have this park bench linked to the squirrel, this fox den linked to the red fox, and the thorn bush linked to the cuckoo. And then we have 2 special locations that we can read as soon as we start the game. Also, as I said, we drew 2 of these objectives. We're gonna choose 1 to keep and 1 to return to the box. And this is something that usually scored at the end of the game. So it's something you wanna complete by the end of the game or at the end of the game, and it's gonna award you a certain amount of points. So for example, I have this example here. This is at the end of the game. It's gonna score you 4 points if you fulfill this criteria with this, which is control at least 1 special location. So if you have the most birds in at least one of the 2 special locations here, you gain those points, and that's pretty much how it works. Okay, that's it. We are ready to begin. Let's determine the starting player. I'm just gonna roll a die. What do you want, even or odd?
Even.
You want even? Odd, I start. And starting is not an advantage, by the way. So I'm gonna just move this all out of the way again. Now, as I said, we are going to place 2 birds of each type. So I'm gonna be placing the 2 blue, the 2 yellow from Debora. And as I said, in the 2 players variant, there is the bird brained. And at the beginning of the game, the bird brained is gonna be placing 4 birds during the first migrate phase. But then during all the other migration phases, gonna place just 2 birds like me and Debora. Okay, migration phase is done. Now we need to do the recruit phase. So in turn order, so starting from me, I'm gonna be taking 2 birds of my type, and I'm gonna be drawing 2 birds from the bag. And I take a bird brain and another bird brain. That's just my luck. That's for me. Now Debora is gonna get 2 of her birds and draw 2 birds. And by the way, we have these tokens for first and second player. So okay, you got 1 of mine and 1 bird brain. Okay. And now we go into the core of the game, which is the perch phase. Now in turn order, we need to place 1 of our birds into 1 of the locations, and then we can take 1 free action. Right now we cannot, like the first round, you don't have any free actions because you don't have these bird houses, you don't have the zap tokens, and you don't have the creatures, so it's just gonna be very basic at the beginning. So to gain control of these creatures, you need to be controlling at the end of the upkeep phase these 1 of these locations. So the park bench for the squirrel, the fox den for the fox, and the thorn bush for the cuckoo. And then there are these 2 special locations we're gonna be playing with today. The stone statue says the controlling player scores 1 + 1 victory point for each 2 birds from all flocks on this location, rounded down. While the hookery says that during migration, all players with exactly 2 birds here may place 1 additional bird into the migration bag, then the controlling player sends 1 of their birds from this location to the fountain. So that's how this works. And yeah, so
you start.
I'm gonna start. These nests basically just give a +1 to your flock. So if I were to place 1 of these birds on here, I would already have two birds. It's like it counts as already having 2 birds on this location. So that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be basic.
Me too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna be placing brain-burned, how is it called? Bird-brained guy there. Tricky, huh?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Because now I need to explain you this, because basically if there's a tie in a location, so if Debora were to like leave it as it is and I were to place another black bird here, then this would count as a flock of 2, and she would have a flock of 2 in the nest. And then if there's a tie, nobody scores anything. So if I were here, if this was the situation, there would be like a 2 power for yellow, a 2 size for black, then the first and the second would not be scored to anybody, but then the third I would be able to score the 2 points and they would not score anything. So I think she's kind of thinking if it's worth to place another yellow there to secure the spot or not. But yeah, it's your turn. Sorry to interrupt you.
Don't you worry. This one. Here.
Oh, okay. Those the scented pine trees go there. I think I want to do what I said I would do. So just this one. And put you in the position that if you want to score it, you need to place your other yellow guy there. You don't want to. You want to take the cuckoo.
Exactly.
Yeah, these creatures are very powerful, and I think I want the red fox. So that's what's happening right now. So we have. Oh no, you have one more bird.
One more.
Oh, and
I'm
we
just
haven't
thinking.
selected the objective.
I already select.
Sorry, I haven't selected the objective. Debora already selected her objective. I wasn't smart. But yeah, now I did it. Sorry. Now, this is the thing. Like, for example, if she would place the blue thing here, I would score 5 points. Because in this location, this is a special location where like the second most is gonna score the most amount of points rather than the person who has the most.
I will put you here because you already have the power and I cannot do anything there.
Okay.
You will score 0 points. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. So the first perch phase is gone. Now we're gonna do the first upkeep phase. We're gonna score each column going from top to bottom. So the first one is the park bench. No one is there. There's nothing to take care of. Then there is the great ash tree. Now Debora has a power of 2 because she's on a nest, and the black player is gonna also have a power of 2. So they both score 0 points. So nothing happens there. And by the way, we are both at 0 here. Now, the black player doesn't score any points. They just have control over this location, but they don't score anything. Now it is the fox den. I score 0 points for controlling the fox den. So nothing happens for now, because then I will be able to take control of the red fox. Nothing happens here. The thorn bush, Debora is going to be able to score 1 point. Nothing happens, and I will be able to score 6 points for the mighty oak tree. And that's the situation now. Now we determine the new turn order. The person who has the most points is gonna go first. Then we basically go in point order. So I'm gonna keep 1 and she's gonna keep 2. Because being last is always an advantage because you can manipulate a little bit better the board.
And then you can plan as well.
Yeah, you can plan according to what the others do. Now, we are going to activate all the locations that activate during upkeep. So we are going to activate the fox den, and in this case it says the controlling player becomes the red fox controller. So I will be controlling the red fox. The red fox spawns here, and let's read what the red fox does. Now each creature has basically 2 steps when you activate them. The first step is mandatory, so move red fox exactly 2 locations in any direction without doubling back. The second part is optional. This says, send 1 bird from each location where red fox move through or stop to the fountain. So this is now gonna be like my red fox. I'm gonna take control of the red fox, and she's gonna help me scare away some birds and bring them to the fountain. And the same is gonna happen for Debora. She's gonna be controlling the cuckoo. And the cuckoo says, move cuckoo bird to any adjacent location, and then swap a bird from the location where cuckoo bird stops with a bird from any other location. So it allows you to manipulate by swapping. And since nobody is controlling the park bench, the squirrel just stays where it is. That's it. Now we basically we advance the round marker, and we move to the second round. Now we again take 2 birds of each type and we add it to the bag. So I'm gonna be taking 2 of each type into the bag. Now I'm gonna be taking 2 of my bluebirds. I'm gonna be placing them here and drawing.
Place 2 as well.
Yes.
Here.
And then let's take, oh yes, another blue and a black. It's okay, I'm happy.
Let's see. Oh, all yellow.
Oh my god.
Good.
That's called luck. Okay, now I have to go first. You can activate these as I said, as free bonus actions during your turn, and you can do it either before or after doing your placement of the bird. But you can only do 1 free action per turn. So basically, this means that if I had more creatures, I couldn't activate both of my creatures during the same turn. Okay, so I don't think I want to activate the creature yet. I think I'm just gonna go here. Of course, come and be annoying. Sure. Surely. Now, what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna be placing one here. You wanna try and get the squirrel?
Yes,
I say
do.
no to that. Okay, so theoretically these can stack on top of each other.
Yes.
I'm gonna find a way in case to let you know what is the size in case they become too big. Okay, this is my last opportunity to use the fox. So I need to use the fox in a smart way, and what it does is that I have to move the fox 2 spaces. So I don't think, and it cannot double back. So I don't want to move it that.
Because it's not 2 spaces as well.
Yeah, but I mean I can move through that, but then I would have to like remove my own birds, and right now it's not good to remove my own birds because the fountain is not populated enough for that to be good. So I think what I should do is kind of like either go to the park bench and the great ash tree, or the great ash tree and the scented pine trees. I think that's what I will do. I will go here to the great ash tree and to the what is that? The scented pine tree. I'm gonna place this here. And here I will remove Debora's bird, and she chooses where she wants to place it. Okay. And then I will remove this guy from here. And whenever they get removed, since this is the bird, it just goes back in the box because they don't score any points. Now I made sure that I was the second and I'm gonna score the most points here. Whenever I use my creature, I just flip it face down and that's it, basically. Oh, and I still need to place these. Sorry. I'm gonna do this here. Let's create a flock of 2 here. Swap. So you have 1 left, and this is the time you need to use your cuckoo, and the cuckoo can only move to an adjacent location, so only to these 2. So the adjacency of the location is that it's as you might imagine, like this location is adjacent to these 4. This is only adjacent to this and this. They don't wrap around, so this is not adjacent to this, basically.
So I move this one.
So, but so this goes here. So you take one of my birds. Exactly. This is what the power of the cuckoo does. So you take a bird from the locations where the cuckoo moved into, and then you swap it with a bird in any other location. This black bird was here, so this is gonna you can decide.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. Okay.
With this one.
Okay, so I end up here, and then
I put this one here.
Okay, but this stayed here then.
There. And then, because I want the points, I will put it here.
Okay, so this is the end, and now we go to the upkeep phase. So theoretically, use your cuckoo, you should flip it, but it doesn't even matter because now we're gonna flip them back immediately. So we score each location. This scores 0. There's no controlling player, still the squirrel stays where it is. This is gonna go 5 points to Debora. Okay. And then no points for me and the other
bird
neutral player. Then here is 3 points for Debora, 5 for me. Then this one, 0 points. Nothing. 1 point for you. This is no points, and this is 6 points for me. Okay, now we need to determine turn order. So I'm still first, and Debora is still second. So nothing changed there. And now we need to trigger all the locations. So we said squirrel doesn't go to anybody. I keep the red fox. She keeps the cocoon.
That's
Cuckoo. I don't know if this is the right name. And yeah, nothing else happens.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
now we advance the round marker, and then we again put 2 blue, 2 black, and 2 yellows in the bag. I hope no yellows show up because you already had your share of a lot of yellow.
And then you take again.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I take 2
birdies.
blues. Now I need to go first again, unfortunately. So I'm gonna be taking a yellow and a blue.
That's not that bad actually.
No, it's good. It's good.
Oh!
A blue and a black. Nice. Okay, now I have a little bit of an advantage this time. So, what do I want to do with Debora's one? Why not placing it here? Yeah, let's do that. Why not?
Place it here.
Okay. That's fine. And I think I'm gonna place this here. This, by the way, said during migration, all players with exactly 2 birds here may place 1 additional bird, but nobody had exactly 2 birds, and then the controlling player sends 1 of their birds, but nobody was the controlling player because we had 1 and 1, so nothing happened there.
I'm gonna play this one here.
That's okay, that's fine. I'm gonna be placing this one here. Yeah, it's not easy because now you have 1 of mine and 1 of yours.
I will move this one here.
Okay. So, oh my god, this is... they weren't very stable. But by the way, there are some things, some bases that you can add to stabilize them. But right now we don't need them, but yeah. Yeah, you can add these bases at the bottom of the birds to stabilize them. Okay, so you placed... oh, you placed your last bird. I see. I see. What do I want to do? Oh, you still have your cuckoo to use. So she can basically... this is tricky because with her cuckoo, she can do bad stuff.
I can swap.
Yeah, but let me just try to do this. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna use my fox. And my fox is gonna go here, like that. And I'm gonna remove, and then I have to move once again, and then I have to move, I think I'm gonna move here. So I'm gonna remove 1 yellow from here. Yeah, I think so.
And I decide where to put it.
Yeah, and also the other yellow from here. And you decide where to put them.
Here.
Yeah.
And here.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't have expected anything different.
Then
you have my bird to place and your cuckoo to activate.
So I will move this bird here.
Okay, makes sense.
And then I'm gonna use this thingy.
Yeah, exactly what I was expecting.
And
okay, so you wanna swap this, this and that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad move, because now this has 3. I have 1 here, but then I have 2 here, which means nobody's gonna get these points here. Damn, didn't think about that, but it's okay. Okay then, so you used your cuckoo, and now we're at the end. We score each location once again. This is gonna score 0 points because we're tied. You're gonna score 5 points here, so you go to 15. Nobody scores anything here. I'm gonna score 0 points here. Nothing. You score 1 point, I score 2 points. You gave me only 1. I score nothing.
Yeah, because
it's tied. But I score 6 points here. 25. Okay, sure. Yeah, 25. Okay, now we determine the new turn order, unchanged. Trigger the location activate during upkeep. So nobody's gonna get the squirrel. You're gonna keep the cuckoo. I'm gonna keep the red fox and nothing else. Nothing is changing in this gameplay. We are very affectionate to our creatures. And then, oh, this is round 4. Oh my god, this is so fast. Okay, so we're gonna get a little house. I'm gonna get a little house. And we're gonna put 2 birds for each in the bag. And actually, during migration, all players with exactly 2 birds here may place 1 additional bird to the migration bag. Then the controlling player sends 1 of their birds from this location to the fountain.
There's no controlling player because it's
yeah,
tied.
but there is all players with exactly 2 birds. So both me and the black character, I think, put 1 more bird in the bag. So 2 more birds there. I'm gonna take 2 of my blue birds and draw a blue and a black.
Let's see.
I mean, you got a round with 4 yellows, huh? Oh, yellow and a blue. There it is. Okay, and I have my little house to place. Damn, what do I do? This is not easy. Yeah, where do I place this black player here? It's like, what am I gonna do with that? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna activate my fox. I'm gonna move 1, 2. So I'm gonna remove your yellow thingy. And you can place it in the fountain. And then I'm gonna remove my blue thingy.
I mean, you place it in the fountain.
Yeah. I'm gonna place this in the fountain. Yeah, and the reason why I did that is because I wanted to try and get the 2 points off of that. And this is like, I'm second place, so it's like 5 points. Now, I'm gonna place a blue bird here. But since a nest got freed up, I can choose to move everything to the nest. So I can basically place a blue bird here and then place everything on the nest.
That's why I couldn't play here. That.
Because I think you swapped something. I don't know what happened there, to be fair. I think or maybe I moved the black off at some point. I don't know exactly. But I don't think you wanted to do that either, because otherwise I would have scored.
Exactly.
I would have scored more points, so. But now I use my fox, so that's it. You want to start being annoying there? Let me bring a black in. By the way, I don't think I said what these little houses do, but basically these little houses count as the nest as +1, but whenever you place the little house on the birdhouse on one of the flocks, that flock cannot grow anymore, but also it cannot lose birds anymore, which means basically it's stuck. And you can place it on whoever's flock you want. You don't need to place it on your flock. And since the zap tokens we're gonna see, but they are gonna allow you to basically choose a bird on any location and just basically just move it to the fountain, zap it out of the board and move it to the fountain. This prevents the birds from being zapped too.
I will put this one here.
Okay, so now I got another.
But you don't have
another bird there.
I will put my house here.
Okay.
Aye.
Maybe we're gonna stabilize that one.
Let's see.
Okay, so we have three birds flock there.
I haven't used my bird.
Okay, but then you did that, which means I think you're forgetting again that somebody gets 10 points for the largest flock. So now you locked yourself out of the largest flock there, because this is 4 and that is 4. So I could just add another bird there and I would have the largest flock. Which, can I see what you have left? 2 yellows. Okay, 2 yellows. So there's still a lot that can be
moved.
Annoying. So the cuckoo is I mean, I'm stuck with the cuckoo. There's nothing I can do about that. I think I'm just gonna reinforce my position here for now. And yeah, that's it. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna be very boring. Very, very boring here. I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, let's just do that. And I have 3 birds there. No, the cuckoo can only be adjacent. Can only move adjacent. Don't try, don't try.
So I will move this one here.
Yes.
I will swap this bird.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah, with one of yours, I suppose.
Exactly there.
Okay, so there's gonna be 2 blue there and 1 yellow here.
And then I will do this.
Oh no! So unexpected. I didn't know that was happening. But yeah, that's very, very bad for me. But let's see what happens now. So this is the end of the round. So we're gonna score each location. So this is gonna score 0. This is gonna score 5 points for me, please. So 30. This is gonna score 3 points for me and 5 for Debora. So 21 for you. 0, 0 to everybody. Nothing. You score 1 point, I score 2 points. I score 1 point, and yeah, they score 0. I score 6 points, you score 4. No, I was here. And you score 4, so you go to 26. Okay, now we need to activate all the upkeeps. So the problem is that now she's controlling here, so she's also gonna take the red fox on her side, which is terrible. And I'm just gonna move. Yeah, we know what they do. And yeah, oh, we need to determine the new turn order, but it doesn't really change. And we advance the round marker, which means each of us is gonna get 1 zap token, and we're gonna be able to zap one bird from the board to basically like place it on the fountain, and it can be either ours or somebody else's. So we got to the last round of this game of Perch, and I just want to remind you that if you like this kind of content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. But also this game is on Kickstarter right now, so feel free to check out the description below with all the details and to grab a copy together with the expansions Birds of Play that is gonna include 3 extra modular modules. Does that even make sense? But it's basically modular expansions that you can add to the base game to spice it up in different ways. Let's see how it ends. So now, during migration, all players with exactly 2 birds here may place 1 additional bird. So I think, oh, it's May. I don't know if we would have had the extra black then, because they have a choice. I think we should place the black because they have, like, why not?
But it's exactly 2 birds.
Yeah, they have exactly 2, so I don't get it. But it says then the controlling player may place 1 of their birds from here to the fountain. And I will do that because that's gonna score me 3 points right now. So let me just take 1 of my birds and move it to the fountain. The fountain can be very good at the end of the game, kind of. Okay, now we both get 2 of our own type. I have no creatures. I'm gonna draw 2. Nice.
Let's see.
Okay. 1 blue and 1 black. Now, Debora, you will have 4 turns, okay?
Exactly.
Because you have 4, but you have 3 abilities, so it means that only during 1 turn you will not activate something, because you can only activate 1 of these things each turn. So 1 creature, 1 creature, and 1 zap. I also have 2 abilities that I need to activate. So that's what's happening. Now, what do we do here? I think I'm gonna place this black here. Yeah, I'm gonna place this black here.
Where is the fox? Here.
The fox is there.
So I can move 1, 2.
Yes, you can.
1, 2.
But there, the fox doesn't do anything, but you can move off something from here.
Here.
No, I choose where it goes, but yeah, it can only go there. Because this space needs both of these spots to be filled to go there. So I can only legally place my bird there. Okay, so you activated the fox. Now what are you gonna place?
This one.
Okay. That's just gonna help me.
No.
No? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know what you have in mind, but... Oh, maybe you wanna swap stuff? I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you probably have a plan. Well, my plan is very basic. I think I'm just gonna... Let me just pile up a little bit here. So I have 3 plus the nest. She has 2 and the black player has 1. Okay, so I'm there now. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna reinforce this one. Yeah, I think so. And now I need to use one of my abilities. I think I'm gonna zap. I'm gonna zap one of your yellows there. Zzz. And that's it. Okay, my zap token is gone. Now you also need to activate something, otherwise you're gonna waste one of the abilities.
I will swap myself. I know. I will swap myself.
Oh.
To place myself here.
Okay, so you're zapping yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, I see.
So
that's a 2. 2, 2, 2. That's terrible. Okay. I was not expecting, and you have one more there.
Here. As you as well. And you still have the house, and I still have one ability.
I know. What are you gonna do there? Oh no. My plans. I think the smartest thing here is just to... Because my plan was to place the roof on this guy, so it would have been a 3. That would have been a 2, and that would have been a 1. But now she placed it there. And if I place the roof on her, that's gonna be a 3, and that's great. But then I can't make this be less than a 2. So I can't really do much there. Unless the only thing I can do is just like place this here. And place my roof on top of me. So that at least I'm gonna be scoring like 3 points off of that. And then she needs to do something unless... because otherwise she's not gonna score anything.
If I put here, I earn 5, right? Because
yeah, you do, but like I don't think these 2 points are gonna create a huge swing. I can't. To me, it was either like scoring nothing or like doing this.
Exactly.
Because now you can't even swap with me. I don't know if you had any plans to like swap and do shenanigans. So at this point, I might just as well just do that, I guess. I like that the stone statue was like ignored the whole time.
I know, because it says that you need to have
a lot of birds there, yeah.
From each type.
No, not from each type, but like you count how many birds there are there. You count how many birds are there in total.
All the flocks.
Yeah, which means it doesn't matter whose player are those birds. You just count all the birds there and then you divide by 2. But if like nobody goes there, then it's not that many points. So that's kind of the thing.
I will move this bird here.
And so you're gonna swap me away.
Here.
Okay, but then you need to move a black there. Oh, so I score 0 points. But then you give me the creature, Debora, which is 3 points.
I know.
Because at the end of the game, if you control any creature, it's 3 points, so...
But here, because we are 0-0. And then...
Yeah, I don't know what happens if you cannot really... I don't think you can add to that flock if you have the roof, but let me check the rules. It says birds may not be added or removed from that stack, and the stack cannot be affected by creatures or lightning tokens. You cannot do anything to that stack. So I don't think you can swap with one of yours there, but I'm not sure. I don't exactly know what is that interaction there. But I had a blue bird there where you moved me off. So what was the cuckoo? Here?
Here.
No.
Here.
It was here. Let's pretend this turn. Never. So you can only move the cuckoo here, here, or there.
No, I will stay like that. I will just move that.
You can also just not activate it.
I will not activate it. And then
There is no good option for her.
here, exactly.
At least she doesn't see it because she can't move anybody there, and so she's not able to find a good solution. And I clearly don't want to think about it because the moment I start seeing a problem,
then I guess if I move my last here, I gain 5 points.
You do.
So
you do.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so that's the oh no, that's the end of the game. So now we go into the last upkeep phase because you resolve the upkeep phase even the last round. So score each location. So I'm gonna score 1 point for this bench. I'm gonna score 5 points for this.
47.
47. I'm gonna score 3 points for that. 1, 2, 3. You score 5 points for that.
51.
0 points for you.
0.
0 points for me. 0. You score 1 point. I score 2 points. I score 1 point, and that's it. And I score 6 more points. So I go to 59. Now, we need to do all the after upkeep because each creature you control at the end of the game is 3 points. So she's gonna control both of these creatures and I'm not gonna control any. So that's gonna be 6 points for her, but don't do it now, don't do it now. Because I don't think that there's nothing else to do. Now, there is end of game scoring here, and then we also have our objectives. So let's go through the end of game scoring. It is 10 points for the largest flock. Now, I made a huge mistake because when she put the house here, she basically locked in a 4. And then last round, I don't know why I placed the house here instead of placing on here, 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 anywhere else that could have given me those 10 points. Now, all the biggest flocks have 4, which means, unfortunately, nobody takes those 10 points because, yeah. 3 points per creature control, so now you're allowed to score those 6 extra points, so 38. X per bird in the fountain, so it's gonna be 3 plus 2 plus 1, so 6 points for me, and I go to 65. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 points.
48.
48 points. Now, 1 point per bird in the plaza. Now, the plaza is empty at the moment, but you basically take all the birds that are left over in the bag, and then you score 1 point for each. You basically place all of them in the plaza. So Debora is gonna score 4 points extra, and me 1. So you've been unlucky a little bit because we didn't see many of your birds, I guess. Last but not least, the objective card. My objective card was so exciting. 3 points if at the end of the game I control at least one location with 3s in the name, and I control 1, 2, 3. So I scored 3 points because I control all of them. All the basic location, I think they have 3 in the name. What was yours?
Control a location where an open end occupies a nest. So here.
No, sorry. Control. So yours was, don't you?
Yeah.
You thought it was adjacent, so you were controlling that, and I had a nest here.
But
no,
here.
but you need to control. No, because I'm controlling here. Like I'm occupying a nest here, here. I mean the nests are here, here, here.
So
Nobody's
nothing.
and here. So no, you don't get those 6 points. So the final score is 52 to 69. Yeah, that's it. And this game plays up to 5 players. Of course, you're gonna have a bigger board, and most of all, you're gonna have more creatures. But most of all, you're gonna have way more interactions with more players. Though I would say this black extra player really works because it really creates the tension for the scoring. And I think even the 2 players is enjoyable enough. We scored higher when we did the previous round, at least the difference was much higher, but also we both got, I think, I destroyed everything. We both got a little bit more points
as well.
Yeah, definitely I got the 10 points last time, so We all each controlled some creatures. We got higher in the fountain.
Exactly.
So there was a little bit more points in the previous round, but I think also because now we know better how to play, so we know how to I don't know,
plan ahead,
yeah,
and where to put the birds and how we can block the other player.
Exactly.
So they cannot score points.
As much points, yes. So yeah, this was everything for a 2 players playthrough of Perch. Okay, so this was all for today. This was a game of Perch, 2 players playthrough. Of course, as we said, this game is probably better with more players because there's more interactions, but it works perfectly well also at 2 players, as you've seen with the neutral player, the bird brains. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in many videos like this in the future, but I also have many more videos on this channel from the past, so feel free to browse that. Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao!